Hello, and welcome to the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ellie, Chris, and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And on today's show, I'm back, by the way.
Hello.
Hi, I want to chat about a wholesome gaming story that's happening here in New Zealand.
That sounds lovely.
It is quite lovely, guys. And Chris, you got a bit of a not a game, but you want to talk about our active quest we've currently got going on in our life?
Is this a question? Yeah, yes.
Is that correct?
That is 100% correct, Ellie. It's basically if life was an RPG game and you were to open your quest log right now, how many quests would you see in there?
Yeah.
And you've got your main quest, you've got side quests. I've even put in some radiant quests.
What's that?
Which are, of
I
course,
guess we'll get to it. Yeah, the old sunshine ones that happen outside.
ones that happen outside. 100% correct.
Is it actually?
Nah,
Damn it.
but we'll get into that later.
Hey, over the weekend, Guy and I did something pretty cool, didn't we, guys?
Man, it was a lot of fun.
It was. So Guy and I in the week, we just had a little chat about it, eh? We Spark Game Arena. It was the first sort of live event that Spark have ever done. Actually, it was kind of the first live event in New Zealand for esports, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Guy, you were on the panel.
I was a panelist for the Rise Cup featuring Fortnite. So it was a Fortnite tournament. They've done qualifying rounds over the last few months, and it was the top 50 players in New Zealand going head-to-head at Spark Game Arena Live. It looked fantastic, like the genuine esports tournament. It was so cool. And I was lucky enough to be one of the panelists that would talk before and after the games, because there was 3 games, $240,000 worth of prizes. I did it with Taylor Morgan and Vinduli, 2 very well-known Aussie streamers, gaming streamers who are fantastic, lovely people. And yeah, it was just so cool to see the whole event come to life, because, it's been months or years in the making.
It has.
It looked so slick, and there were so many people there getting involved. And then, yeah, just to see some Fortnite in action on a big screen at Spark Arena. And the kid who won it, his name was Falcon.
Yeah.
He was like 13, 14 maybe, which was about the average age of all of these competitors. It was insane.
Yeah.
There was a 13-year-old there who was the youngest. I think the oldest was probably 19. I don't know.
Wow.
Probably, yeah.
And he won $35,000.
And a
that
whole
was
gaming
that was the
setup as
top
well.
prize. So all top 50 got a $5,000 gaming setup. That was, if you turned up and you came dead last, you still got a $5,000 gaming setup, which is awesome.
Oh, amazing.
First place was 35 grand, second place was 15 grand, third place was $10,000. And he was just like, yeah, it was easy.
Oh my gosh, that threw me because I was emceeing it, so I had to interview the winner, and he basically said, I was like, oh my gosh, congratulations, well done, are you excited? And you sort of just threw it and was just like, yeah, it was easy. And I just cracked up laughing because I couldn't believe the confidence.
Everyone would have reacted the exact same way.
I didn't know what to say.
He won 35 grand, and then on Monday he would have had to go to school.
Yeah.
When he said it was easy, I was like, oh yeah, and what about talking to girls? Is that easy for you? Didn't think so. I can't believe how cocky teenagers are.
I
right?
know.
That is so crack up.
Yeah, it threw me.
So how did you guys go? So I was down in Tauranga. I was with my parents, so we couldn't watch it. Like, I mean, I could have.
But you just chose not to.
No, I forgot. And also,
even better.
I was deeply bitter about being left out of proceedings.
Fair enough.
And the fact that you guys went ahead with it and didn't turn it down, that deeply upset me. But how did you guys go? And we'll start with you, Ellie. What was your role officially, and how do you think you went?
So I was emceeing the Rise Cup featuring Fortnite. So I basically just spoke between games.
Are we talking on the live stream or to the entire audience?
Both.
Right.
It was kind of both. And so I introed it, gave the trophy away, did a couple of interviews in between games.
Yep.
I just had to kind of keep the vibe moving and link up each game and stuff.
So you're almost like a sideline reporter at a footy match, football, whatever, where they throw down to you, you interview someone at halftime, coaches and stuff, and then afterwards you do presentations and
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And credit to you as well, because Ellie, it was a really cool thing where Ellie called out 2 players' names, their shots were up on the screen, they stand on the top of the stage and they walk down, so she had to do that. And you had to read out 50 gamer tags, not their names. It wasn't like, here's Johnny. It was like, some of them were easy, to like SFG Falcon, but there were some really hard gamer tags.
It was so tough.
And there's so many different ways that you can interpret a gamer tag and how you pronounce it.
Yep.
So, and they would just pop up on the screen and Ellie would be like,
literally, I made me realize you're not meant to read out loud gamer tags. They're meant to be read only. And I also was struggling to see the screen, so I couldn't actually quite connect the whole name together. I was guessing each name. Anyway, that was a hard bit. But I think I'm proud of myself. I think I did well. I will just say, even though I may have looked extremely confident out there, I was shitting myself. Like, I was nervous about this for weeks going out. And the week before, I was freaking out. Before I went on stage for the first time, my adrenaline, I was literally moving because I couldn't hold in my energy. I was so scared. But I managed to just pull it out of my
Did she
bum.
crush it?
She did crush it. You did really, really well.
Thank you.
Like, emceeing live on stage is so hard because you're standing there and then you actually get to see the faces of the people that you're like essentially performing in front of.
Yeah.
And if you see like deadpan of somebody looking up at you, or even like, and you're constantly reading and overthinking their
Yeah.
reactions.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're doing something on like live TV or live radio, you don't really see, you don't see the
Exactly.
audience.
You do not. You're in a little room.
Yeah,
You're in a
exactly.
room,
You
so-
can't even comprehend it.
Yeah, so you did incredibly well. It was actually, I knew how serious you were taking it because in the green room beforehand, like you're Ellie, like you're chatty, you're
I
all
bet
over
you
the
were more
place.
chatty than usual.
No,
because
she
you were
wasn't.
so nervous.
She was sitting still.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The posture on this woman was impeccable.
It was
Wow.
my power stance. I was getting
I
ready.
complimented her posture twice because I was like,
did.
man, she is sitting bolt right, and like you were in the zone, you were dialed in.
Yeah,
And
I
you were
was.
so you did absolutely great.
That is
Thank you.
well,
was really
well
cool to
done.
see.
By
Thank
the way,
you.
are there highlights of this that we can put on our channels at all?
You can go onto the Spark Game Arena YouTube channel. The entire broadcast is up there to rewatch. Like,
Okay.
it's 3 hours. So it's like all the way from the intro video, Ellie jumping on stage, all of my stuff, and the games as well. So
Yeah.
you can watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which I think I think it's already up there, but if not, we'll chuck it on our Facebook group, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers. Join that group and you can find the link there.
Right
Nice.
now, Guy, talk us through your role.
I was, like I said before, I was the panelist, so it was live to the live stream, but it was also being broadcast in the stadium. Me, 2 others, and we were there to talk beforehand, and then the games would kick off and it would go to the commentators, which was Vinduli as well, and a guy called Blue Panda. They would commentate the actual Fortnite games. Then it would come back to me and we'd do a post-analysis of how that game went and then what we
Wow,
think of what's happening.
debrief. I like this. A
Real
breakdown.
deep, real breakdown. And like, so the people who run the organization, they were like throwing to highlights packages. And so there's a lot of like voiceover stuff, but then a lot of talking to camera. And then we'd go, right, let's roll into game 2. And then it was just rinse and repeat. It was a lot of talking at the start.
Oh, you did so well.
I had to
bro.
like, intro, say hello. And then it was thank all of the sponsors, then I had to go through the point system and stuff like that. So I was really nervous, just in general, basically as soon as I found out I had the gig. But then once I saw the run sheet, I was like, oh shit, I've got a lot of talking.
Yeah, you
and then
did.
on the night before we had the rehearsals, I was like, I have a lot of talking. And then, yeah, I've just been nervous in general because of how I've been mentally for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And to be able to do it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I did it.
You did so
I was,
well.
for months now, I was every single worst case scenario, what would happen or what could happen went through my head, and it was basically a reality.
Yeah.
And none of that happened. And I crushed it.
You smashed
Yeah.
it.
So what we need to do right now, right? Because more of these opportunities are hopefully going to come your guys' way.
Yeah.
Maybe not for me, but that's okay. But what I want you guys to remember is that not only did you go and do it, you didn't stuff it up. You did a great job. Feel confident after that and
Yeah.
realize that, man, this is what you are good at doing. You're
Yeah.
both very experienced, very good broadcasters.
Thank you.
And don't forget that.
Thanks, Chris.
No,
We need
seriously,
you.
listen to this podcast. It's great.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
You sound great. You can do a great job. Back yourself and go out there and get more stuff.
I've been incredibly lucky with the broadcasting roles that I've had in the last 10 years because it's been with like radio stations that I align with, like, there's a pop
Yes.
music station and I work with a rock station and stuff like that. But,
This
like
one
pop-
you had to do a bit more mahi for to try and figure out?
No. Like pop music has never been my passion. Rock
Yeah.
music was my passion. I enjoyed them to a certain degree. But that's why I love this podcast, is because it's something that I'm
Yes.
genuinely passionate about.
That's right.
I don't care if the only people that listen to this podcast is just us three.
Yeah, same.
Like, that was always the mindset going into this.
Yeah.
But obviously we're incredibly lucky for the people that do listen, so thank you. But to be able to do something that was broadcasting, which I love, and for something that I'm passionate about, which is gaming, and also for something that I'm knowledgeable of,
Yeah.
which is Fortnite, and
Yeah.
I've loved to play over the last 6 years. It was the perfect event.
It was.
Yeah.
And-
So I
yes.
was very, very thankful that Spark Game Arena trusted me.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really proud of myself that I
Absolutely.
did it.
And if you ever stop feeling like that, can you call me and I'll tell you how awesome
Yeah.
you are.
Well, it's
all right?
like I said to you guys off air, like, this is a case study for me when I'm feeling anxious about anything
Yeah.
coming up in life. I'd be like, well, I smashed Spark Game Arena.
yeah.
So whatever I'm facing,
You'll be sweet
I can
as,
do
mate.
that. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's been really cool. So if anybody watched it, thank you for watching. But if not, we'll chuck it on our Facebook group, and you can watch the whole thing.
Nice work. All right. Well, let's jump into some listener feedback.
Listener feedback. Oh no, that's not the right one. That's gaming news. You can go to our Facebook group, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers, or Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast. Now, one thing I want to address straight off the back. Bat, is last week I did the edit for the audio and it was terrible. I'm very sorry. It sounded like it was real peaky. When I edited it, it didn't sound like that, but when it uploaded, it sounded different. So I apologize.
You're saying the uploading process did that?
I'm going to blame it on Sam.
Wow.
That's
so
a huge call.
No, I found myself not being able to even listen. So I'm sorry for those people who did. And goes, this is shit. It'll be better now.
Yeah, and what we'll do actually is I've obviously edited the video, so I do have my version of the audio. So maybe I'll get Sam to replace your audio.
I didn't know if that was an option or not.
I think it might be, so I'll look into it.
If it is, then yes,
Let's
fantastic.
do that.
If you're listening to this podcast and it was like weeks ago, but it sounds really good, it's because we've swapped it. But there was some feedback from last week's episode where we talked about dead game, the concept of a dead game and how that is sort of gone.
It's irking Guy because
irking
people
me.
are saying his favorite game is dead now.
I wanted to bring some feedback and just say, I love how you did an entire segment to say, leave Helldivers alone.
No, it was the talking about how dead game is changed, and I used Helldivers 2 as an example.
Okay.
Yeah, but that also fired up the discussion.
It did.
And I love it too because it's like, you know what? I want to play this freaking game. It's my favorite.
Exactly.
It's not dead.
So Tyler Fowler says what the term dead game should mean is low player count so that matchmaking can't be done properly, i.e. Concord or a game like The Crew where you literally cannot play
That's
it anymore.
right. Yep, Concord ticks that box.
And then Diet replied saying, I still find it so weird that gaming has become so mainstream, people started crying about what others think of the games they play. I just don't understand why we can't just all enjoy what we enjoy without constantly having to justify why we like the games or play the games a certain way.
I
just
agree.
let people enjoy things and play the games you like.
I agree, but that's never going to happen because this happens with music, with movies, with what sport you like, what food you like. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People will have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
But I still eat it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the example because I joined in on that conversation, is like nobody actually, it's only gaming really that people use that term like dead or like make fun or like question your type or feelings towards gaming based on what you play. Because like, let's say Netflix, for example, no one sits there and goes, oh, I watched Emily in Paris on the weekend. And I'm like, oh, dead show.
Yeah, I know.
Dead show.
True,
like if a TV show was great and then it sort of fell off or no one's talking about it anymore, no one calls it a dead show.
Yeah.
If I say I wouldn't go back and watch it. If I say I watched Titanic on the weekend, they'll be like, oh, dead movie.
I literally watched that last weekend.
Yeah.
Did you?
Did we talk about it?
Maybe.
Is that why you? Yeah, because it's so good. By the way, it still stands up massively.
Yeah.
Okay. I have seen that, by the way.
No,
just
the
in case
reason
you
the reason Titanic was in my brain is because I Googled recently how cold the water was when people jumped in. Because I did an ice bath, or attempted to do an ice bath earlier on the week, and was terrible at it.
yes.
I stood in the water and then got out. Instead of,
enough.
I didn't submerge. So that water was 5 degrees. And I was like, immediately I go, well, how cold was the water when people were dying in the Titanic? And it was -2.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well, yeah, because
that's why Titanic was on my mind.
Yeah, right.
Next listener feedback comes in from Claire. Just listened to this week's podcast while supposedly doing chores, only now to be completely distracted, wondering what type of quest listening to the podcast is. Because last week we talked about quests.
What kind of quest is it? Is it a fetch quest?
My
What is
best
it?
guess is that it's a fetch quest because we're fetching divine knowledge by listening. What do you guys reckon?
Oh, listening to the podcast.
Yeah, so listening to the podcast is a quest.
So for us, it's a deliver quest.
yeah.
We're delivering the content, and for them, it is they are fetching the content with
Yes.
their ears.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Was it?
Somebody
lovely.
replied saying, unfortunately, your quest is the chores. Completing these to get the relax reward after. The podcast is just in-game music or a radio station like in GTA.
Oh,
So what
yeah.
if you're actually, that makes sense because she was doing chores and listening to a podcast. But if you're sitting here right now, sitting still, listening to the podcast for the pure reason of listening to the podcast and not
Yes.
doing anything else,
Then that's the quest.
that's the quest. But if you're going for a walk and listen to a podcast, the quest is the
That
walk.
is such a good
Ah,
point.
Yeah.
yes,
We're just a radio station on
yeah,
GTA.
we're just background
Yeah.
music.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Unless somebody's sitting down going, I'm going to listen to Extremely Casual Games this week, and then they're just sitting there,
Or-
headphones on,
Yeah.
listening, dialed in.
They're on a like say they're on a quest to drive to work and it's a half an hour long quest. We're literally an NPC in the passenger seat just having one of those conversations as you drive along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
in
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto. That's literally us right now.
Yeah. Amy Roback, podcasts are
Exponentially?
exponential narratives while we are concurrently fulfilling another quest.
Sorry, who is this? Which professor of language is this?
If you listen to podcasts while doing another activity, I'm genuinely playing games while listening to podcasts. So those would be mini games in this framing. And occasionally I do cooking/crafting quests while listening to my podcasts.
Well, there you go.
Okay. There you go.
So listening to a podcast is a fetch quest.
As long as you're not doing anything else while
As
you
long as
listen.
you're not doing anything else.
Yeah. Got
Otherwise, we're just background music,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Cool.
Yeah. Well.
Is that the end of listener feedback?
That is the end of listening.
Gaming news. Gaming news. PS5 Pro and some cons?
Yes.
Question mark. So the PS5 Pro was announced today. Actually, we're recording this on the Wednesday. It goes out on the Thursday. So this it was leaked last week, and to be honest, my attitude towards leaks is I don't want to promote. Let's
Dirty
say
play.
Yeah, if you're in a group of hundreds of people who've worked their asses off, you earn the right to reveal to the world this thing you've been working hard on. So any gaming leaks and things like that, that's just robbing these people of something just so that you can have a little moment of glory.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are websites, gaming websites and blogs and stuff that won't do that because then they know other people will and they want to be seen as getting the information out there first and then they won't get all the clicks.
Yes, so it's about integrity. And I really toyed with it last week, but I was like, you know what? This is just the release of some hardware. It's not like it's the new Last of Us game that got massively leaked or, any of that stuff. So that's why I did. First, I just feel like I felt a bit dirty after last week.
Yeah, did you?
Turns out it was 100% correct, though.
Still a leak, though.
Still a leak. It was 100% correct. The photo was even the exact one that I saw. So the PS5 Pro has been announced. It will be on sale this holiday season, early December. And so what does it have, you might ask? So first of all, an upgraded GPU. What does that stand for, Guy?
Gaming processing unit.
Is that really?
Nice.
I did not know that.
I don't know.
It will be processing unit.
Something unit, right?
Yeah, but must be processing.
Gaming seems like a real loose term.
Can you please graphic maybe? Can you please Google it so that people aren't listening to this and then yelling at us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Extremely casual gamers.
We're upgrading the gamer processing unit, which I think is now graphics.
Graphics processing unit. Nice.
66% correct.
Yeah.
It has 67% more compute units.
Hey.
Okay, than the current PS5 console and a 28% faster memory. Overall, it enables up to 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making the experience much smoother. Now, this is something that, to be honest, playing Cyberpunk 2077, I have noticed.
Yeah.
And it had all those issues during development, and even now that it's finished, the DLC's there and it's ready to play, so much like pop-in, cars disappearing, people just appearing out of nowhere, popping in, as opposed to them being rendered out of your sight line.
Yeah.
So I think a game like that could really be helped by an upgraded GPU. They've got advanced ray tracing, more powerful, that provides more dynamic reflection. So that means if you're walking in puddles, the reflection you are seeing is the genuine reflection of what's around you. In older games, they actually just animated the puddles to look roughly like but it's a genuine real time. This is the reflection of what you are seeing around you.
I've heard of ray tracing, and I never really.
Well, that's the thing is, games look great without it. They look magnificent with it because you pan around and you see, like Spider-Man 2, for example, the reflections in all the windows in Manhattan, which they've done well without ray tracing. But when you turn it on, it adds like another degree of realism. However, the amount of power your console is sucking up to try and crank out that.
Yeah.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah.
So they've obviously found ways to limit that, which is cool. And then AI-driven upscaling, which means basically your PlayStation will do a whole lot of tricks to upscale and make things look crisper than they actually are.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, to be honest, it's not as massive an upgrade as the PS4 Pro was on the PS4. I think it comes with a 2 terabyte hard drive as opposed to...
it comes with a 2 terabyte.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's good.
As opposed to the small, like 700 and something, I believe.
850 gigabyte.
On the original PS5, which is a bit of a random amount. The cons, though.
Oh, yes.
The price is $700 US.
Oh, okay.
The current PS5 is 700 New Zealand dollars.
Oh wow, it's almost like double.
So it's roughly $1,200 with the what's it called, trans exchange, right? To buy one in New Zealand, $1,200 New Zealand dollars for the basic one without a disc drive.
Oh,
which means I am going to be spending $1,300 because I like discs.
Yeah.
On a new PlayStation 5.
US.
No, New Zealand.
New Zealand, sorry. Yeah, right.
It's also bright white. My entire PS5 setup is all black, so I'm going to have to buy the face plates. The face plates, which are probably going to be like $100 and something. Go
on Temu, they'll have them.
I like the legit stuff, guy. I don't know why. I'm so fussy with my gaming setup.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, am I really going to spend $1,000 something, or am I going to get in touch with the PR people at PlayStation and beg them to send me one? I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but that is
you and everyone else, man. Everyone's going to be gunning for one of those.
Yeah, and he's smug because he knows he'll probably get.
I'm not going to get one.
Yes, you are.
My brother said the same thing to me last night
are.
because you have your deal with your brother that when you get a PlayStation 5 or something, you get
a pro. He gets to have my PS5.
Yeah, so my brother messaged me because he watched the podcast. He goes, "Sir, do I have that deal?"
Oh.
He's like, if PlayStation sends you one, can I have your PlayStation 5? I was like, yeah, sure. He goes, really? He's like, yeah, because it's not going to happen, Ross. Like,
It is going to happen.
they're not going to send me one.
Ross, it's going to happen,
It's
mate.
not.
Get ready. Buy some games. Go out, buy like 5 games because that puppy is coming December.
It's not.
All right.
I'd love one, though.
So what do you think? 1,400, like 1,200, sure. I want the disc version. That is going to be 1,300. I want it black. That is going to be $1,400. Is that too much, genuinely, to spend on a PlayStation?
Yes.
Not a computer console, computer setup. Is it too much?
I don't know if it is. I think the value for money you get out of it, which is hours.
The
and
dollar per
hours.
hour ratio
Yeah.
is outrageous.
The return,
Yeah.
the ROI, the return on
Yeah.
interest is great.
So I think it's all good. But if it was me, I think I'd just buy the basic one because I don't know if I'd need all that extra fluff. I have the basic one. Or,
You also need to make
Go
sure
on.
you've got a TV that can handle it with the right refresh rates and all that sort of
True.
stuff
True,
too, which I
true.
do have, coincidentally.
Of course you do,
which
yeah.
makes things harder.
Oh.
But shit, that is a lot of money.
it is
eh?
a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the fact that it's digital only and you have to get a separate like accessory for discs is a bit of a dick move.
Well, it's not-
But we all knew it was going to happen.
It's the same as the current. You can get the disc version or the non-disc version.
Oh, I thought they were only releasing the Pro as digital only, and then if you want to have discs, you have to get a little like disc reader that is like an extra $80. Like they're not releasing a disc version of it.
Really?
That's what I saw.
Really?
Maybe I didn't do enough research on it, but I thought they were just going digital only. And if you want to have a disc reader so you can play your games, then that's how the
PS5 console will be available this holiday for $699.99 US, a 2TB SSD, DualSense wireless controller, is available as a discless console with the option to purchase the currently available disc drive.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not because you can get the disc drive now for the normal PlayStation 5
To upgrade it to disc.
if you've got the digital only.
So that same one,
Yeah.
I will have to buy that and put that on my digital only one.
If you buy a PlayStation 5 Pro and you've got discs, the only way you'll be able to play those games is if you buy the additional disc reader.
So how's that going to look on your setup? A little bit of a
Little bit
little
of
bit
a
of a
US.
hang on there.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit of a tag along on your
Oh my
cute
cool.
setup.
No, it'll work it'll work.
Okay.
Which this really is. Like, I am sinking.
It'll work.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It's gonna work. It has to work. Oh my god, I'm just gonna be sinking so much money into this shit, aren't
You
I?
are.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
worst part is I've got no choice because my brother's literally already earned the PlayStation I said I'd give him.
Yeah.
Probably
was-
well above, actually, I'd say.
Well, actually, Ellie, you did right.
Yeah.
And I just assumed the new one would be like $900.
Oh.
So this is a
Wait, that's a good
blowout.
point.
Oh,
Just to pause this conversation,
Mm.
Ross, the only reason James is getting it is because he does
Oh, he did
work.
a crap load of work.
He
for me,
does
yeah.
work on your car.
Yeah.
What have you done?
I mean, he did get you a lot of cookies for our 1 year. He did, and you ate them all.
Oh yeah, let's give him a PlayStation 5. Yeah, sorry. Continue with the conversation now.
If you do get sent a PlayStation 5 Pro, I'll buy it off you for cheaper than it's in the store.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll send it to you.
I'll give $1,000. I'll give you $1,000 for it. Cash
No,
in hand.
no.
Guy.
I have integrity. No,
Guy.
if PlayStation NZ decide to send me one, then I will have it and I will use it.
All right. Well, I've also got a bit of
Gaming
news. Probably all seen this, but the first teaser trailer for the Minecraft movie dropped last
Yes.
week. Obviously starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Did you guys watch the trailer?
I did watch the trailer. I don't know anything about Minecraft, but I did want to see the trailer.
Yeah, no, same. So it comes out in April 2025, so we have a release date. I don't know much about Minecraft either, but one person I work with, she's like a Minecraft nerd.
Beans.
So I was like, what did you think? I want to hear what your feedback was. And she was like, she likes the graphics, she likes the world they've built, but she's not sure about Jack Black. And she loves Jack Black.
Yeah.
Side note, loves Jack Black, but she doesn't feel like Jack Black is her Steve, which is what he's playing. Do you know much about Minecraft, Chris?
No.
So you can't really comment either.
Steve is pretty generic bloke, isn't he? He's just a guy.
He's
Yeah, I
pretty
know.
generic blocky bloke as well. Like I feel like people getting up in arms about Jack Black, like he's a white guy. Like Minecraft is so blocky that I feel like a lot of people could have fit that role.
Totally. I wonder whether as well they've obviously tried to go for a big name, but I almost think that maybe again go for a non-name, because I said to her, is it because he's too Jack Blacky? Like it's Jack Black and you can't unsee that actor? She's like, kind of. And she also said it almost looks quite Jumanji-esque. Like they're kind of, these 4 players we don't know, but these 4 players get put into the game and then they have to find their way out. So it just sounds like Jumanji. That's what she said.
And there's
anyway.
a guy in the game who's like, going to help them along the way.
Exactly.
I think a huge reason why Jack Black got that role is probably because he was fighting for it, because he genuinely loves the game.
Right.
He plays Minecraft all the time with his kids.
Well, that's great.
That's
good.
And that's going to appease a lot of gamers and a lot of people who play Minecraft, who then, they can't have the argument of like, he doesn't even play the game. He does. He loves it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that's why they just knew that he'd have the passion and the knowledge to bring that character to life. But yeah, from a Minecraft nerd, she's excited, but she was like, oh, and she's hoping that they'll actually dive into like proper like lore, which I obviously don't know anything about. But yeah, let us know if you're excited to see this movie. If you play Minecraft, let us know. Was it a good trailer? None of us can comment on it. But yeah, it comes out in April 2025.
A lot of feedback. I think people were annoyed that it's live action. I feel like a lot of people are like, just animate it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
It almost is like not immersive because of the people. And again, that's why it feels Jumanji-esque, because it's kind of like, oh, they're stuck in the game, they're gonna get out.
It was filmed here in New Zealand though, which is pretty cool.
It was. That is pretty cool.
A few people I know worked on it.
Really?
Mm.
Oh, nice. You got any secrets?
Jason Moore.
Okay.
Jack Black.
Okay, I wanted to share this because this was actually something that I came across organically the other day. I was doing a Twitch stream, and one of the lovely people called Rachel, who watches my Twitch streams and also listens to this podcast, she told me about a Facebook group that we have here in New Zealand that I had no idea about. But essentially, it's a group called Kiwis That Play Fortnite. And I wanted to bring this to the show because it was a really wholesome story and really good PR, in my opinion, for gaming and how it can make a positive impact on people's lives. So essentially, this is New Zealand based, but I'm sure there's heaps of other things out there. But this was nice to see that this happens in New Zealand. Essentially, it's a group of 134 mums. So it's mainly for women who play Fortnite, which is awesome. So first of all, smashing the stigma that it's just boys that play.
That's already really interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. And most of them are mums. And so they have all connected across this one game. Every night they have at least 2, if not up to 15 people in their squad. They all play together. They're all strangers. Like, they don't actually know each other.
Yeah.
However, from this group, they've all become friends, and they've actually met up with some of them, and they've got this really cool supportive group from people from Whangarei down to Dunedin. And essentially they see it as like group therapy. And I just wanted to share some positive stories from it because I was like, oh, that's nice. That's cool. But there's actually some real world stories here of how
genuine impact.
Yeah, of how amazing this actually
cool.
is and how gaming actually brings people together. And I just thought it was really interesting because women, stigma, etc.
Of course.
Even mums.
Exactly.
Gaming mums, yeah.
Exactly. So essentially the way she got into it, Rachel, was her teenagers play Fortnite and she was like, oh, that looks fun. I want to give that a go.
Good way to bond with your kids, maybe.
Exactly. So she started playing it, and then her husband suggested you should start a Facebook group and just see if there's other mums out there who like playing.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Husband, what?
I know. And so she does play most days. She's a relief teacher, so she does it at night or during the day if she's not working. They have a page and then also a chat group. So it's this whole community of mums around New Zealand. And essentially she said that I have mums who were shy, anxious, had postnatal depression that all developed confidence over the 4 years since I started this. I have wahine that wouldn't speak or turn on their mic 4 years ago, and now I'm meeting them for coffee and drinks, and they're really chatty.
How good.
So good. I've got mums who, since having kids, dropped out of their studies, and we've all encouraged them to get back into their studies, and just a few months ago, that person got her degree. They have got ladies who were on antidepressants from being depressed or having postnatal depression, who after hanging out every day and unwinding and just chatting and having fun.
Communication, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've come off the antidepressants. It's essentially just been a massive support network for whatever women and mums are going through, because I think I'm not a mum, but I think it can be very isolating, especially, I mean, you're a stay-at-home dad, guy, so you would understand how isolating it must be at times when everyone else is living their lives and you're on your own and you're looking after this kid. So I think this is such a great example of how gaming can change lives, and you can be sitting at your home, hanging out with people, bonding over something you enjoy, and there's actually been real-world kind of impacts from this group. And she basically said anyone can join, really. It's a very welcoming group. And like I said before, she's traveled around New Zealand. And basically, they just have a couple of wines and have a laugh every night. Like, it's
my
just
God.
really lovely. And I asked Rachel, do you have any final words that you just want to share just about this group and what it means to you? And she said, I just wanted everyone to know that the stigma around gaming isn't always true. We've become a very supportive social bunch that welcome any wahine into our gaming whānau, and we're there to listen, support, and rally around you with whatever life throws at you. So I just really wanted to share that story because it's Kiwi and it's local and it's about women gaming, mums gaming, and how gaming rocks.
Yeah, see, that's the equivalent of them being in a book club.
Exactly.
It's the equivalent of them doing like an art thing once a week together.
Exactly.
That's what that is right there.
Yeah. And
Which is so cool. Except for they're from all around New Zealand.
I know.
Imagine being in a small town in New Zealand and being very isolated and getting, postnatal depression and stuff.
Yeah.
That would make things even harder.
I know.
So you've got like-minded people getting together discussing stuff.
Yeah, all those success stories of all these women, all these parts of their lives that they've turned around and the flourish and stuff like that. It's like, yes, they all bonded over this particular game Fortnite, but it's like that's like the vessel.
Yes.
Whereas the main thing is it's a whole bunch of women communicating and talking together and supporting each other, which is fantastic. That's such a cool thing. I'm that's really impressive of Rachel to get that started and for it to flourish as well.
I agree.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah, good on you, Rachel. So if you are listening and you're in New Zealand and you're you don't have to be a mum, but it's cool. It's a group called Kiwis That Play Fortnite. If you do want to join and hang out with these ladies that play Fortnite every night, there's usually about 8 always on, she said, but it can range between like 2 to 15 people at once. But there's 134 mums from all across New Zealand in the group. So I just want to say thank you to Rachel for being so open. She literally sent me massive messages about all this because I asked all these questions. So thanks, Rachel. And if you're listening and you know of other positive groups in your community, even if it's not New Zealand, let us know in our Facebook group, ECG for ECG, because there must be other great stories like this that where gaming's actually just helping people in their mental health. Yeah,
mental health, creating friendships. There's a mutual friend of ours, Sam, who he met a guy while playing a computer game years ago, and they open communication for years. They lived in different countries, and then the very first time that they met in person was at our friend Sam's wedding.
Wow.
They never met in person before, but he's like, I've been talking to this guy online for like 6 or 7 years now. We're friends, never met, but please come to my wedding. And he did.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
Like, on your wedding day, you get to meet this guy that you've never actually met.
Turns out he got catfished though. It was like a 75-year-old dude. He kind of ruined the wedding.
He got
divorced now.
Yeah.
So, that sucks. Thanks for derailing the segment.
Alrighty, as mentioned on last week's podcast, I kind of realized that we are all living in an RPG. It's just one big role-playing game, and we are playing the roles of ourselves,
legends.
Which means that we've all got a quest log that is currently open, and there are a whole lot of quests that you might have ticked a couple of them, and you're following them along, and there's some that you haven't ticked in a while that you probably need to get around to.
Nice.
So I thought we'd just break up and list everything in our lives that we currently have active on our quest logs.
Okay.
You've got main quests, and you've got side quests, and then I've thrown in a bonus Radiant quest, which, Ellie, by the way, means one that no matter how many times you do it, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just going to keep popping up. It's just like...
Oh, okay. So it's monotonous. It's like it's going to happen every day.
So when you were playing Fallout, there was... this became famous in Fallout 4. This guy would come up and be like, another settlement needs your help. This time it's settlement number 4. And he would just always come and provide you with somewhere to go if you just wanted to do mindless, constant,
get some
never-ending.
XP, get some stuff. Yeah.
Get some money.
Right, okay. I've always wondered what those are called. Radiant quests.
Radiant quests.
Okay.
That's right. So for me, for example, Radiant quest is to do the Radio Hodaki Drive show 4 to 7 weekdays. Every day I go in there, I do it for 3 hours, I come out. Every day it's Radiant, I do it to get cash.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that is a Radiant quest.
Yeah,
Would walking the dog every day be a Radiant quest?
No, I think it's a side quest.
Okay.
And it's also a companion quest.
Okay.
Because you want Nala, your dog,
yes,
to you guys are building a relationship together, and I think that's definitely not a Radiant quest.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I don't think ever put anything like that into a Radiant. Like that's health, that's a companion.
Mm-hmm.
This is just me getting paid.
Okay, cool.
It's purely,
you
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Radiant quest. Have you guys got any Radiant quests then?
No.
I guess my job, I like you,
Your
Chris.
new job?
I've just actually started a brand new job on another radio station in the same building as you, but at the opposite end of the day, producing. So that'd be one of my Radiant quests
That's your
these
Radiant
days.
quest,
Yep,
that's right.
Going to work every morning at 5 a.m. And
Produce the
doing that.
Hits breakfast show.
That's the one.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
What time are you getting up for that?
4.
Nice. That's what
Yeah.
Meg does breakfast radio, and she gets up at that time as well.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
I need to go bond with Meg about that. Yeah, so probably that's my main Radiant quest.
Yeah, nothing
I'd
to do with
say.
any of your acting and all that stuff because I feel like that's more side quest
Yeah,
because it's always
that's-
different.
Exactly, it's sporadic. It only
Yeah.
comes up every now and then, and I accept the quest or not. You know, I
Yes.
can see if I'm free or not. Yeah,
It's like someone will call you up with a mission, be like, "Hey, do you want to do this mission?" And you can say, "Actually, no, I'm a bit busy right now."
exactly.
No,
Yeah,
Which is cool.
Wait,
Yeah.
is a Radiant quest dropping off my daughter at kindergarten? Because that's at the same time every single week.
or is it an
that's-
escort quest?
So that's an escort mission.
mission.
That is, but your main quest is to raise your child.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
That is a
okay.
main quest, and involved in that main quest is little things like take her to kindergarten.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Alright, so
right, okay.
I'm just really desperately trying to grab onto the fact
Radiant
of the
quest.
Radiant quest, and I don't think I have any. So
No, you don't.
um,
No,
Lovely.
you don't
need to
have
work
it.
on that.
No, but you're like a Radiant quest. All right, guys, something just pops up randomly, and you just do it for the sake of it. Actually,
Okay.
I don't think you do. No, you don't.
Okay.
It's not bad to not have any Radiant
Yeah.
quests. To be honest, I prefer games didn't have them. They're boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They are so boring.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But
Cool.
in this case, a necessity for us. Okay, main quest. Number 1, first mission for me. Stay alive as long as possible.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a never-ending quest.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of want to be here for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the first thing on my main quest. Second quest, get 1 million listeners on the ECG podcast.
Ah,
That's
yes.
an ongoing quest.
That's a quest where, we're
Yeah, we're well on our way.
rocketing towards.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll be checking that one off soon. The next main quest I've put down is become a stand-up comic. Like
Nice.
proper
Nice.
stand-up
Yeah.
comic in New Zealand that does regular shows.
Cool, man.
What's the milestone that you would have to tick off for you to go, yes, that has happened?
I think having my own show in the New Zealand Comedy Festival.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just because that is officially people are paying to come and see you do just your stand-up comedy.
As opposed to a comedy night where it's like,
You're jumping in and doing
yeah.
a bit. That's which I've been doing. That's me wetting my whistle and getting better, working my way towards that main
Yeah,
quest.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
like,
Cool.
yeah, it's like, should we get some tickets to go see Chris Key this weekend?
Yes, we're going to Chris's show to watch him do his stand-up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
my main quest.
When you have that show, we'll be there
Yeah, definitely.
heckling the shit out of you.
What is,
Yeah, as long as I get a free ticket, I'm not paying.
no, absolutely. I mean, why should I make money off the arts? You know, I kind of wish they'd all just die.
yeah.
To be fair, I had my first heckler the other day. It went very well.
Nice. What do you say?
What was your comeback? Yeah.
It was a chick.
Oh, yeah?
Scottish chick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what'd she say?
Well, the first time she was yelling out during other people, and then she yelled out at the start of mine, and I kind of was just trying to remember how I start my thing, and then I just freaked out, did a Scottish accent. I was like, I can't handle your shite right now, Zara. Because we knew her
Nice.
name by the stage.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
good.
And then at one stage, I was doing this bit about if I had a kid and named it Anna, she'd probably be really naughty because her name would be Anarchy.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice,
Ah.
nice.
And then
nice.
she piped up and was like, or I could name her Zara. And then everyone like laughed.
Nice.
And yeah, so it was actually,
Nice
it kind of
work.
helped you.
Honestly,
Yes.
like you're a very confident person. And, you know, that shows because you do stand-up comedy. But I feel like what level of confidence, it's actually confidence / arrogance.
Too much confidence.
To be a heckler
Yes.
at a
Yeah.
comedy show.
Yeah.
Who
hard
goes
out.
to a comedy show with hopes to like ruin the person's
That's the thing.
set?
Yeah.
And then she came up to me afterwards, like, I really want to get into stand-up comedy. I was like, well, congratulations. All the comedians on tonight probably won't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still, I thought it was really funny. Okay, so, and then my last main active quest is to learn to speak Te Reo Māori, which I'm currently learning.
Cool.
Nice.
Good
Yeah,
on you.
Which is our native language here in New Zealand for those listening abroad.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
So I've figured out those are my 4 current main quests.
Can you
Okay.
give us an example of some today?
Te reo,
Yeah.
ka pai e hoa, I sure can, guy. Kei te pehe a koe, how are you?
Nice.
Yeah. But to be honest, I'm at the start of the journey still. I'm learning like all the names for your mum and your dad and your uncle and your stepdad,
Why you want to know my mum and my uncles and names?
how to say their, yeah.
Oh,
so
no,
you can
you
build
not mine,
your,
not mine specific.
No, shit, no.
Oh.
I couldn't give a
I
damn
was like,
about your
Uncle
family.
Nick and-
That's right, yeah. So you can build your whakapapa, which is your family tree, and place everyone and then be able to describe who your like whanaunga, your cousins are, that sort of stuff, and
Yeah.
learning all of that stuff.
Nice.
Cool. That's
so that's
awesome.
just something on my main quest list. Do you guys want to tell me your main quests?
Yeah, what's yours, Ellie?
Well, staying alive, would be the same as you. My other
Did you
main,
just make an ABBA joke?
no,
No,
was
that's
was
BGs.
intention.
BGs.
Now I've actually got one at the moment, which I'm going to call a tutorial. I'm currently learning a brand new job, so am I technically doing a tutorial?
You're
in
doing.
life?
You're doing
Yeah.
a prologue.
Yeah, a big old prologue
Nice.
tutorial at the moment. Yeah.
Ellie's doing
Drop
a
it-
massive
she's dropping a
prologue.
prologue.
Um,
There's the title of the episode. I always struggle for titles, but it's going to be
Dropping a-
Ellie drops a prologue.
Would a main quest be making sure my mortgage doesn't go into like
Don't
negatives?
lose the house.
Yeah, don't lose the house.
Fail on a mortgage payment. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Also, raising and looking after my cats. But again, was that a companion? Would you say that's a companion?
I think companion quests are pretty damn important.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would say they are like main quests, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're just doing main quests right now. Or we're going to do side quests as well.
Side quests as well.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think I have a lot of side quests, and a lot of them are unfinished. Always.
Which is standard for an RPG.
Yeah.
You always have like 2 main quests.
I thought you were going to say ADHD.
Yeah.
which is standard for an ADHD.
For an RPG ADHD NPC.
like usually on The Witcher, you'll have 2 main quests, like find Ciri, and then you'll have like 20 other things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of them. Lots are unfinished. Like, for example, right now, there's been dishes in the sink for about 48 hours because Sam's away. And so they're just there.
No, that
the
would stress me
dishwasher's
out.
clean.
No,
and I don't
no.
usually do that, but I think it's because I'm getting up at 4 a.m. I'm all out of sorts. And
Yeah.
so that's a side quest that's stressing me out. The other thing is that I've got like, I'd call this a fetch quest. There's like bits of like clean and dirty washing scattered around the house, like
Nice.
piles of.
No.
I'm
How
out of-
annoying is putting away laundry though? Washing
Oh.
it, drying it, fine, and then putting it away is the hardest part.
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
Just on that laundry chat, this is fun. I sit down, put a YouTube video on, and just fold it all while watching it.
Yeah, I do that as well. 'Cause
yeah.
I do the laundry at our house, and I sit down on the ground. I'm like, I have to put it all into 4 piles, like mine, Daisy's house.
Nice.
Yeah, Meg's,
Like a
all that.
sorting.
Yeah.
It's like a
Hats.
puzzle.
Proper sorting hat situation. Like
Yeah.
every single time I pull out a thing, I'm like, Daisy, and then I throw it. Yeah.
Nice. What would we call like all the bills we have to pay that I have to make sure I'm not late on? What's that? Is that like again keeping the house quest? Nah, is that a side quest or is that a radiant
That's
quest?
a main quest. Oh, radiant, because you're just doing it.
You're just paying the bills. That sounds
Yeah.
lame.
Yeah, that's
I don't
so
know. There's no
boring.
bill paying in video games. Who knows?
Yeah, man, my life sounds boring.
I reckon
as
that's
actually.
lumped into don't lose the house.
Yeah.
You're just paying to keep everything on
Yeah.
and a shelter.
You have
Yeah.
to pay back loans in Farming Simulator if you take one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like real life.
Yeah,
Guy, that
Oh,
is so interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
Or
That
also,
got the room going.
Animal Crossing. When you get a loan from Tom Nook, you've got to constantly pay that off.
Oh,
So that's a
okay.
quest.
Fascinating stuff.
If you want any more mortgage-related quests in video games, hit me up.
But yeah, I mean, those are like probably the main things that have sprung to mind. Guy, what about you? What's your main quest? at the
Main
moment?
quests at the moment, obviously, staying alive. And then keeping my daughter alive.
Ah, yeah, that's a big one.
Looking after her.
That's a big one.
And then my responsibilities are, feeding the cat and the dog and making sure that the dog's walked every single day, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But main quests, I guess, and then this podcast as well, doing that every single week.
Yeah. Yeah.
But mostly my quests are around my daughter and raising her and keeping her alive and making sure that she
Yeah.
grows up to be nice.
Lovely.
And then when it comes to side quests, I've got breaking down the boxes and throwing them away that are on the deck.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What?
Well, you
are
got
they?
like
Why are they there?
cardboard boxes. So when you get like a food box delivery and stuff
Oh,
like that, and
yeah.
it comes in a big box,
Yeah.
and then you put everything away. I was like, I'll deal with the box later. I've been doing that a little bit too much.
Oh.
And because it started with my recycling bin's too full. So when that's emptied, I'll grab the cardboard that's sitting on the deck and put it in the bin. And then I
Nice.
just haven't done it.
Ah.
And now I've just got a pile of boxes on my deck and I need to
Oh,
get rid of it.
yeah.
And Chris has been shaking his head ever since I started saying this because obviously he would like to pipe in and say, I would never do that.
I just like to say I would never do that.
Yes.
No, it's just stressful.
Yeah.
Like,
The thing is,
I
it's
have
not
this thing-
stressful,
No,
but
I
it's
have this
like
thing-
it's such a minor side quest that it's way at the bottom of
Yeah.
the list. It's like
Yeah,
it's not going
right.
to kill anyone if it's there. I obviously want it gone,
Mm.
but I've got other shit.
I've
Totally.
developed a thing in the last 3 years where I have to clean up everything as I go.
Yeah.
So
Ah.
if when that box of food arrives, I have to unpack all of it, put it all in the fridge, cut open the box, flatten it, and put it away so that I can sit down knowing I have nothing to do now.
Yeah,
It's
right.
been done. So I've got this weird, and it's starting to trigger my wife a wee bit too because she'll be sitting down going to eat dinner, and I cooked it, and I have to clean it up
Oh, yeah.
pretty much before I can sit down and enjoy it.
See, I'm a cook and clean at the same time.
Same.
There's nothing I hate more than like a whole bunch of stuff. Like after dinner and you're full and you want to go sit down, he's like, no, I've got to clean this tornado
That's
of a kitchen.
right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I get that. What would training for a half marathon be?
Oh, health quest. What is that?
That's a side quest.
Side quest,
It's an
right?
optional side quest
Yeah,
too.
it's an optional.
So
yeah.
I hope you choose to do it.
I will be doing the half marathon.
When is it?
Good on ya.
Shit, is
That's
it
a good sign. He doesn't even know when it is.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
November or December?
Oh my
Shit.
God.
It's 2 months away.
Holy cow!
So I was.
You need to start running. I
was running consistently 4 to 5 times a week for a year. Then I had my little mental health blip, and I've been basically not running since June. So I went for a run the other day, and I feel like I'm back to square one, which is a shame. But I will get back into it, and so I got a half marathon.
Right, it's a side quest.
Yeah, wow.
Side quest.
That's a big one.
So those are all my quests
Okay.
currently.
Lovely.
Current side quest: finish Cyberpunk 2077.
Ah, yes.
That is currently at the top of my list because it is hanging over me.
Yes, it
I
has
have
been for
got-
a while, hasn't it?
Yes.
You're almost in Ellie Takes Two.
Yeah.
Except for I'm
yeah.
actually playing it all the time.
Ellie's finished it. Ellie's finished the game.
Yeah.
So I have got the main mission of the DLC left to do, the last one, and the very last main mission of the main game to do.
Yeah.
So I'm at literally at the end of it.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm at the point, as I've said before, I'm too overpowered. I'm too good at everything. I just need it to finish now.
yeah.
They could fix that in the balance. You get really overpowered about 2/3 of the way through the game. The last third is a cakewalk.
Ah, okay.
Still haven't done it though.
Another side. No, I haven't, Guy. I haven't. At least I just have to finish a video game. You have to run a half marathon. Shame. I definitely would do that. Beat all Pokemon Game Boy games. That's a side mission.
That's a cool
Oh,
one.
yeah. So all your side quests are just games.
So far, I've done 2.
Classic.
So far, third side mission: build a deck for summer.
Oh, that's quite
cool.
a good one.
I feel is that a main quest?
I had it in the main quest, but also it's like
It's temporary.
if it
kind of.
doesn't happen, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas if I don't do all these other things
If you don't stay alive.
as long as possible,
Yeah,
I'll be a wee
that's-
bit upset.
yeah.
So build a deck for summer. My dad's coming up next month to start with that. We'll be doing that for a week, which will be fun. Side quest: restore a vintage motorbike. That's on my to-do list.
Oh, that's
That's
quite
cool.
cool.
Can't wait to do that. Side quest: this is optional. Visit every country in the world. That's if I was going for a completionist run.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'll be doing that.
Flag that.
Yeah.
That's optional. You
Like-
wouldn't do that if you could.
No, God no.
Why not?
Because there's some absolute shitholes out there.
How do you know?
Because I look at the news. I don't want to go to North Korea.
I'd go to North Korea. Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Be interesting.
It'd be
eh?
so interesting.
It'd be interesting, I guess. Yeah, I think there are just some countries you can visit every single country in the world, but there are just some where it's like, are you just going for the sake of saying I've been there and you just pop in for a little
No.
bit and bugger out, or you actually want to like
My
get
belief
sucked
is
in? Like,
my
there's-
belief is everywhere must have something decent to offer.
Yeah,
But,
Oh,
but
yeah.
people only go to the same like 10 places.
That's
like everyone
true.
only goes to Hawaii and you know the
That's true.
same places. I want to go. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to achieve that one. And then I've also got as an optional quest, have an affair. So that's
Oh,
optional.
optional.
And like in video games, you have tough choices.
yeah, okay.
I could go full Dave Grohl, have the affair, have a child, but I probably won't.
Ain't that like just to move
Gutted.
away from video games for a second there and talk about the lead singer of the Foo Fighters having a like
Gutted.
having a side, but I did not have that on my 2024 bingo
Neither.
card. Like him of all people, I understand rock and roll lifestyle, and he's been in it and everything, and other people in that world, I would be like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Dave Grohl,
But he was a good one.
He was
Nah,
one of the-
they're all cheating.
they're all awful people.
Literally all of them are cheating.
Oh.
It's like NRL rugby league players. They're
Yeah,
all cheating.
true.
Unfortunately.
Oh, it pisses me off, eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I'm gutted.
yeah, I'm
Gutted
pretty,
by the Dave Grohl
pretty
one,
gutted
eh?
by that
Sorry to
one.
bring that one up, guys.
Nah, it's fine.
But those are my, and so obviously that having a fair one, that's optional. I'm probably going to make the choice of not doing that.
But you're a
Yeah.
completionist. So now that it's on your list,
But would my wife buy that excuse? Sorry, babe. I was going for platinum. She'll be like, what does that even mean? What are your quests, though? What do you have active at the moment? Let us know on the Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast or Extremely Casual Group. Number 4, Extremely Casual Gamers on Facebook. Join up, by the way.
yes.
Yes.
If you're listening right now and you haven't joined it yet, get involved. It's bloody great.
Do it. Hey, thanks for listening for another week. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in the seat.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you. You know, I did hear you shitting on my Fortnite wins 2 weeks ago,
there's
actually.
more guy than me.
Also,
Well-
plural, you added in there. Wins.
No, I actually, no, sorry, I forgot. In the weekend, Sam and I did a bit of co-op Fortnite on PlayStation because, look, I actually enjoy it. I actually quite enjoy it.
Oh, you like Fortnite?
Yeah, I actually
Hey,
do.
don't whisper it.
Yeah, no,
don't
I
whisper
actually
it.
do.
Shout it.
I'm shocked that I do, but I actually quite enjoy it. And so Sam and I in the weekend, we did a split screen.
Yeah.
We got 3 victory royales together
Hells
in a row.
yeah.
How fun is that?
Ooh, it's so fun.
That
Yeah,
is
it's
so cool.
addictive.
Did you get them in a row so you get the crown royale?
Yes. Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, actually, I didn't notice it, but they were in a row.
Yeah, so if you get a victory royale, you get a crown, and then you take that crown into the next game. And if you die, then you drop your crown, right?
Oh, I
But
didn't
if you
know
have a
this.
crown, and then you get another victory royale, you get a crown royale.
Oh my goodness.
So you could be playing a game, you could be having a real shit night, and then you could eliminate somebody, and they've had a crown, and then you can take that crown, and then you can win,
Oh
and
my
you get a
gosh.
crown royale.
Oh, mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
we must have done that because it was 3 in a row. We even took selfies with the TV just to prove that
Well
they were
done.
different.
You should
but
put
yeah.
those on our Instagram.
Yeah, I will actually. I'll put them up.
Yeah.
Everyone will be loving it. I am in my pajamas on a Sunday, so I don't look great. But
who wears nice things when they go?
hey, that's true. Yeah. So no, I did wonder though about whether they put the newbies with like the bots and the other newbies.
But now that you've had Royales, skill-based matchmaking, they're cranking you up a bit.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm actually quite enjoying Fortnite. I'm not gonna lie. So maybe shooting games is my thing. I'm actually not.
It's
bad
not a shooting.
either.
It's not a traditional shooting game.
I mean,
though.
it's
more
not.
fun than a shooting
Yeah,
game.
it is.
It's like if we're talking in the world of coffees, it's like a mocha.
Oh,
it's
that's a good way to put it.
it's like a fun intro coffee.
Yeah, okay. Well, I actually quite enjoy it. I'm quite shocked. So yeah, I guess I might be playing a bit of that this week again.
Nice.
And while I was in LA, of course, I was playing Trackmania Turbo with the friends, so probably play a bit of that again. I took my Nintendo Switch with me on the plane, but I had a goal to sleep on both flights, and I actually nailed that. So I didn't actually end up playing my Switch at all.
Didn't I say that she wouldn't play it?
Yes, I heard you. I heard you.
Yeah. I was like, I was full of optimism. I was like, oh no, she's got a Switch. She'll be playing that. And then immediately Chris remembered who you are as a person.
Yeah, no, you were right.
You're better off sleeping anyway.
The side quests of sleeping on the flight, tick those off.
I
Well done.
nailed them. Yeah, I nailed them. But yeah, what are you guys playing this week?
You know what? I am playing Farming Simulator still, but what I am going to do is what you suggested that I should do a couple of weeks, Chris, is like start a new save file and go on a different farm, crank up the difficulty and just play it a little bit, because it's very much like sow your fields, harvest your fields,
Yes.
sell your crop. You know, it's very, I'm still having fun with it, but I'm just going to do something a little bit different with it. And then I'm on the fence about buying Space Marine 2. That came out this week. It's a lot of fun, but I might just wait a little bit.
Do you hear that? He's pissy that they didn't send him a free copy. Do you hear that? Can you hear that in his voice?
I don't get pissy at all.
Look how pissy he is. He's like, I have to buy a game.
I know. So,
but I'm Guy Manson.
Yucky. No, but I will be playing a bit of Fortnite, bit of Helldivers too as well.
Love it.
Because why not? And also Astrobot.
I was going to say, isn't that the reason?
Yeah, also Astrobot, because I've been playing a lot of that. That came out last week. It's a fantastic game that came out on PlayStation 5, and I'm having so much fun with it. So shout out to PlayStation NZ for that copy as well, because me and my wife have been thoroughly enjoying it. Basically, Astrobot, the little cool character, he's on a PlayStation 5 in the space with 300 of his Astrobot buddies. It crashes and then scatters all of them across the universe, and you've got to go into those universes and complete, different levels, and you've got to rescue them all.
Right.
And I just love the mechanics of the game. They've really fleshed it out.
Are you doing a review now? Or are you doing one next week?
I'll do one next week, but
Okay.
I've just got a little bit ahead of myself there, because I'm really
You're loving
enjoying it.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
It is a fun game that I've been having a lot of fun with my wife, so I'll be continuing
Awesome.
that.
Now, where's my copy? Because apparently I was given one. I haven't seen it yet. Have you
Well,
guys?
I actually forgot to grab yours.
Oh, okay. You haven't given it away or something?
Actually, just on that, we have got a copy not only of Astrobot 2 giveaway on PlayStation 5, a code for that, but the full-blown influencer pack that came with it. So you get a sweet Astrobot hoodie. I got size XL so that anyone can wear it, nice and baggy.
Oh, lovely.
And warm.
I did that as well. It's a great little sleeping jersey.
That's right.
Fun.
Big woolly jersey there for you with Astrobot on it. It comes with a cool diary with Astrobot on the front, and you can change the look on his face with this wheel on the side, an Astrobot keyring, and if you want, I will chuck in the Astrobot Squishmallow, which is a little teddy of Astrobot's face.
Did you get that as well?
We got that as well.
Do I get one?
You might. You can have my one if we don't manage to track your one down, because we completely forgot to get yours.
Yeah.
So mine's actually somewhere in the ethos.
Yes.
We don't know where it is.
And this one that I'm giving away now.
Yeah.
The one
And
that I'm
I've
giving-
got one for my daughter. So
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Actually,
So that's my one, is it?
Nala's got one too.
yeah, Nala's been humping one.
That's right. It's not about me.
Guy's dog. Just FYI, as a dog. But if you would like to win all these things, we will do a post on our Instagram page.
Yes.
I guess. Is that how we usually do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just need to comment on that, and then
We'll pick a winner, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Easy as that.
Yeah.
Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast. You'll see a photo of us up there with the bag and the stuff. So do that, and you could win it. Apparently, it's absolutely exceptional. All the reviews I've seen have been like 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's a great game for everyone to play.
Yeah. I'll give it a
Beautiful.
review next week. How's about that?
Oh,
Sounds
I'd love
great.
that.
Yeah?
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to another week.
Yeah.
We'll all be back next week, and we'll catch you then.
Yeah, sweet. And
See you later.
don't even worry about what I'm playing. Sweet as.
We already
Oh,
know.
we don't really care.
Cyberpunk 2077.
No,
You've
I
got two
have
more
a-
missions to play.
I have a story.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Chris. What are you playing this week?
Make it quick, though.
First thing, I recommend you play Fields of Mystery at Ellie.
Oh, okay.
I was recommended it. Apparently, it's very similar to Stardew Valley.
Oh.
And it's getting 10 out of 10 reviews everywhere.
Ooh,
Similar
googly.
styles.
Okay. All right.
Fields of Mystery. You're going to
Okay.
forget you're not going to play it, but I
Yep.
thought I'd say it
No,
anyway.
thank you for saying.
Lies of P,
Oh, yes.
which is an RPG game, which I mentioned last night online with you, Guy. So it's a game that's on PS5, and it's called a Souls-like From Software make Elden Ring, Bloodborne, and it's other companies have started making similar games because their style of game is so good.
That's the one where you're in a boat as a little Indian boy with the tiger eye.
That's Life of Pi.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, though.
Okay.
Sorry, so Souls of P it's like it's made by a South Korean company, and you're Pinocchio, and you're in this world where the puppets have taken over.
Oh.
And you're Pinocchio, you come to life and you've got to figure out what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Bloodborne, it's the Souls-like, it's really tough. I've ordered it on PS5. It arrives yesterday at my front door. Open it up. I've ordered the PlayStation 4 version.
Oh, what
which
a
is
mare.
which is and for a guy like me, I know I can put that in my PS5 and start playing it, but I want the PlayStation 5 version.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So I go into JB Hi-Fi where I bought it from because I ordered it online. I have to go into the store.
Mhm.
It arrived yesterday afternoon. I go into the store this morning, the one on Queen Street, downtown Auckland.
Oh, God. You went to that one.
Yeah, saw like 15 homeless people on the way. Something needs to be done.
Amen.
The city centre is an absolute schmozzle
travesty.
right now. Yeah. But go in there. Lovely lady serves me. Young lady. She would have been about 25. And I said, hey, I bought Lies of P. I accidentally bought it on PS4, but I've got a PlayStation 5. Can I do an exchange? Manager behind her turns around, goes, you know it works on PlayStation 5 as well, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's not the same, is it? Is what I said. I shouldn't have been cheeky.
No, but it's true though.
It's not the same, is it? And then he rolls his eyes.
Oh,
Cool.
This is a guy who's like 23 or something.
Yeah.
And then the lovely girl, she's like, I'll have a look. And then she turns to him and she's like, so what's the limit on? He's like 24 hours. And I was like, it arrived at my house yesterday afternoon. It's been less than 24 hours. And she's like, what do you reckon? He's like, well, if it was up to me, I wouldn't do it. And then he walked off.
whoa.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What a dick.
That's huge. And I was like, okay, I get some people might quickly get a game, try clock it, and then bring it back or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, but I just wanted the PS5 version.
Fair enough.
And then he was a dick about it. And then she was lovely. And so I was like, what's your name again? And okay, thank you so much for being so great.
Oh, nice.
She gave me the refund. And I have, funny thing, overnight it went on special at another company and I've ordered it and saved $50.
Oh,
Nice.
amazing.
So it's at my house right now. It arrived this afternoon.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So happy ending to a story, but I just thought that guy was a dick and I
Yeah,
thought I'd
that's-
mention it on a podcast.
Yeah, we love JB Hi-Fi.
We
but
do.
Him in particular is a massive douchebag.
Yeah, and I don't know what was up his bum. It was literally 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like he hasn't had a chance to have a bad day yet.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
but anyway, now you can wrap things up, Ellie. I've had
Okay.
my little 5 seconds of.
No, it was about 5 minutes actually.
Was
so
it?
It was
Oh,
quite
shit.
long.
I gotta go pick up my kid.
Nah, have a great weekend, Rob. We'll see you next time.
Hey.
Bye.